I've decided to do a full playthrough run from level 1 to 60 on a Tauren Shaman, because they look cool and are tight with nature. But the caveat that we are not speeding our way there. We're going to take our time. We'll read every quest, get sucked into the lore, use minimal add-ons, and hopefully get a glimpse of why this game is special to so many. Welcome to Path of the Earthmother. If you're new here, make sure to start with episode 1 to get the full journey experience. Our hero, Stormhuf, a Tauren Shaman, wakes up at the Bloodhoof Village Inn after a long day of questing. It is still quite early, but there's lots to get done. We've made it to level 10 and are almost ready to leave the safety of the plains of Mulgar. To the east lies the Barrens. Lots of danger and fellow adventurers await us in those barren plains. But first we have some business in Mulgar to still attend to. We leave Bloodhoof Village to the north, across the bridge, and make our way to the east of Thunder Bluff. We need some wolf teeth and prowler claws. While exploring to the east of Thunder Bluff, we come across Lore Keeper Rain Totem. He explains that only the most valiant Tauren are laid to rest at Red Rocks, our sacred burial grounds. It is an honor bestowed upon the great warriors who helped found and defend Thunder Bluff, and those who have given their lives for the greater good of the tribes and their chieftains. But a band of bristlebacks are ravaging the gravesite, and Mr. Rain Totem here is too old to do anything about it. So that sounds like a job for Stormhuf, but first we'll use Lore Keeper's fire to cook some wolf meat, and then we head up to Red Rocks. While cleaving our way through all of the killbores, we find the ancestral spirit for the Rite of Wisdom. The ancestral spirits represent the mighty Tauren who gave their lives bravely to found and protect the people. They pass the duty of protection down to us, passing the Rite of Wisdom and allowing us to enter the city of Thunder Bluff with pride. For our final quest, we are asked to seek out our normal leader, Cairn Bloodhoof, who dwells in Thunder Bluff. After clearing out the remaining killbores, we return to Lore Keeper Rain Totem. He is quite happy with their handiwork and believes they will think twice before attempting to meddle in this holy spot again. After consulting our map, we decide to take care of the harpies that are to the northwest of Bloodhoof Village. After traveling north, we find the harpies just west of Thunder Bluff. With the final harpy talons collected and our bags full, we head to Thunder Bluff to clean out our bags and speak with the big chief Cairn Bloodhoof himself. We've passed the rites of the Earthmother and have earned our place in Thunder Bluff, but in order to maintain the spot that we strived so hard to achieve, we must continue to prove our worth. Our chief wants us to bring him the Horn of Ratchet, a mighty Kodo who roams the plains of Mulgar down below. In exchange, he will give us some leggings. Before we leave, we make our way to the Hunter's Rise and hand in our collected prowler claws to Milor Stormhuf. Seeing as Scorn sent us, Milor believes we must have the Hunter's spirit. Perhaps we are ready to walk the path. To become the ultimate hunter, Milor wants us to seek out Segra Darkthorn. This journey will lead us to the Barrens, where the beasts are strong and fierce. We will learn much there, and our spirit will grow. Segra is at the crossroads. To reach her, we will have to head east of Bloodhoof Village, and then north in the Barrens at the fork in the road. We are warned to stick to the roads for this journey. We move to the Elder Rise and the Hall of Elders, where we speak with the Archdruid Hamul Runetotem. The Druids of Thunderbluff sense a strange power leaking into the Barrens, east of Mulgore. Tonga Runetotem was sent to discover the source of this power, but we fear he will need our aid. We must travel to the Barrens and speak with Tonga. He will be at the crossroads. But then, something strange happened. There was a skip in time. Blood Elves and Draenei appeared. And there's a new login screen. Okay, so my laptop did something weird during this update and I lost a bunch of footage, but we are back with the Burning Crusade pre-patch to continue where we left off. Real quick, the Burning Crusade upgrade will not affect our planned journey to 60, and depending how the journey goes, maybe we can make it all the way to 70. Now, some of the footage was lost to time, so you'll have to use your imagination, but we took care of some more harpies for our friend Iya, got a nice square-looking shield, and hunted down the great Ratchet. You'll just have to trust me that it was pretty epic. We awaken back in Bloodhoof Village, and immediately noticed some things have changed. They added more buildings at the edge of Bloodhoof Village. And there's Ahab Wheathoof, who I'm pretty sure was not here before. If I had to guess, it would be that he's a farmer. His prized puppy Kyle has run away, and Ahab wants me to feed his puppy some strider meat to calm him down. So this should be easy enough. We cross the bridge north of Bloodhoof Village and find the strider meat in the first plain strider we kill. Pretty good luck. We return to the frenzied puppy Kyle and feed him the fresh strider meat, where he immediately starts to disco. We go back to Mr. Wethoof, who tells us his puppy went straight to bed after his meal, and we ding to level 13. Now, while inspecting the talent tree, I noticed that all the talents are totally different. The TBC pre-patch has made some adjustments, but we are still going to stick to the enhancement tree. It looks like we can use two-handed weapons now without any talent points, so that's pretty nice. And we can actually learn to dual-wield weapons, which sounds pretty awesome. For the moment, we put a point in mana and start our journey east. We are leaving Mulgore and Bloodhoof Village behind, and are traveling to the Barrens. This will be the first time we leave our borders. As we rise up above the plains of Mulgore and cross the border, our surroundings begin to change. The ground becomes more dry and the land more sandy and red. We can see Camp Turaho ahead. Before we forget, we speak with the Wind Rider Master here in Camp Turaho. These are fast travel points that we need to unlock all around the world of Azeroth. I mean, I say fast travel point because it's much faster than walking, but it's not instant. We actually ride a flying cat bat to a location for a price. This will come in handy later when needing to travel vast distances across the land quickly. For now, we speak with Kurge Sternhorn, who asks us to travel to the crossroads and speak with Thork. He's in charge of the orc station there and the lives of the Tauren who have become intertwined with the orcs, who require our assistance. Since we are heading to the crossroads already, we agree to help. We leave Camp Turaho to the east and aim north once the road forks. We are wise to remember to stay on the path. We have finally made it to the legendary crossroads, which, despite it being very early in the morning right now, is quite full of activity from fellow adventurers. We speak with Tonga Rune Totem, who the Archdruid asked us to seek out. Long ago, the Barrens was a lush place, teeming with life, but war raged across the land, scorching it and leaving a dry husk. But within the past few years, new oases have formed in the Barrens, and life stirs. And deep down, we druids sense a power leaking its way to the surface. We must find its source. We are asked to travel to the Forgotten Pools, northwest of the crossroads, and search its waters for a power source. Sounds mysterious, and I like the idea of an oasis amid a desert, so we'll have to check this out. While exploring the rest of the crossroads, we meet Surgra Darkthorn, who we were asked to seek out if we wanted to hunt in the Barrens. She says our eyes are eager and young. They're not yet squinted from tracking our prey across this land's dry plains. Now our first prey will be easy. The plain striders to the east have been harassing the food supplies and have become a nuisance. We need to put them down, collect their beaks, and return them to Surgra. Right outside the Crossroads Inn, we find Gazrog, who tells us an unbelievable story. Allegedly, a shipment of silver was stolen from the guard tower, which was meant to pay the guards, so Gazrog would like it back. They caught one of the thieves in the night, and it was a raptor. What? He wants us to go kill raptors and collect their heads so they stop stealing silver. Alright then. After listening to Gazrog's outrageous story, we make the Crossroads Inn our new home. This will be a happy middle ground for now and a great quest hub for the next couple of levels. Outside, at the bottom of the guard tower, we meet Thork, who leads the orcs here at the Crossroads and who we were asked to seek out in order to help him. Now, Thork's got a bone to pick with some local killboars, and we are all about killing killboars. The Razormane tribe has been attacking the supply lines from Durotar, causing no end of annoyance. Thork has scouts seeking the leader of these raids, but until then, any losses we can inflict on the filthy pigmen would aid Thork. He asks us to start in the northeast towards Durotar. To find the dens, look for the huge thorny vines that come up from the earth. Seek them out and slay them. Alright Thork, we got your back. Thork also wants us to keep an eye out for lost supplies while in the killboar camps. The people of the Crossroads will be in our debt. After that lively exchange, we climb the guard tower to find Darsok Swiftdagger at the top, and he looks like a shady character. The blasted harpies have been ravaging our caravan supplies for too long. It's time we slit a few of their throats and diminish their numbers. Jeez, Darsok, so graphic. I guess he really dislikes harpies. He wants us to head northwest and bring him some talons from dead harpies. How can I say no? We head down the tower and speak with Devrak, the Wind Rider Master, to unlock the flight path here. Now we have an easy way to get back to Thunderbluff, as there are no class trainers here in the Crossroads. Right behind the flight trainer, we meet Apothecary Helbrim, the first undead that we've bumped into. He wants us to bring a crate of potions to the Wharfmaster Dizzywig in Ratchet. He will ensure that it is placed on the next boat to Blackwater Cove. This will give us an excuse to check out Ratchet to the east. He also wants us to bring spores of mushrooms from the nearby oasis. The spores hold properties that the apothecaries of Lordaeron find useful. Sounds a little sketchy. We explore a bit more and find Jahan? Is it Jahan or Jahan? We explore a bit more and find Jahan Hawkwing in front of the forge. He has a bundle of hides for us to bring to Ahanu, who resides in Thunderbluff, which is quite a trek from here. He explains that the quickest way is to take a Wind Rider, making this task more of a tutorial so we can discover how to use the Flight Masters and the travel system in this game. We'll need to go to Thunderbluff eventually, so we accept this task. After collecting all of these tasks, we start our journey north. Our shaman trainer has asked us to seek out Cranal Fists, who lives in a small hut to the north of the Barrens. He will help us tame the element of fire, so we want to make that a priority. On our way north, we make sure to take care of any plain striders or killboars we find along the way. While killing some killboars, we find a new hammer. We make our way further into the Kilbor camps, and you can really see these thorny vines plague the landscape here. We continue east through the Kilbor camps to see if we can find the missing supplies. At the end, sitting on a ridge, we find them and take them with us. We head back northwest to find Cranel, who we can see his home from the road. Cranelfis recognizes us immediately as a shaman. Narm sent you to me, did he? Well then, Narm could always be trusted, so that must mean you're ready to take part of the next Sapta, the Sapta of Fire. I see it in your eyes already. The burning, the desire. You've tasted power, and now you're ready for more of it. Patience, Stormhuf. Remember what Earth taught you. Power and destruction come easily, but you must still know when to stay your hand. You are powerful enough to wield the Totem of Fire, but that does not mean you are ready. Along the South Fury River in Durotar, before the Great Sea, lies a hidden trail to one of the highest peaks in the land. Find your way to the top, and you shall find one of our holy shrines watched over by Telf Julam, the Shrine of the Dormant Flame. Take this torch. It marks that you attempt to tame fire. Return it to me aflame by the brazier at the shrine, and I will see you are given the fire totem. And with the unlit torch given to us, we head back to the road and east towards Durotar. Just as we are leaving Cranel, we kill a planestrider who drops us a new shield. Despite this shield being tiny in comparison to my big square one, it's actually much better for us. As we finish admiring ourselves here using the cinematic camera, an orc hunter actually comes up to us and asks us permission to skin the planestrider we just killed. That's so nice. After crossing the bridge into Durotar, we head south along the river and look for the hidden path up the mountain. The path is steep and narrow, but Tauren are not afraid of heights. At the top of the mountain, we find Telf Julam. He greets us, but says only those knowledgeable enough in the shamanistic arts will ever learn the secrets of the Shrine of the Dormant Flame. He's sorry we made this trip all this way just to be turned around. A little confused, we show him the unlit torch of the Dormant Flame that Cranel gave us. Ah, my mistake, Stormhuf. I apologize. I did not realize you possessed the torch. I am pleased to make your acquaintance. Many adventurers find their way here while looking for lost treasure or the promise of mystical creatures to slay, only to be turned around from a seemingly empty shrine. But we know the truth. Do we not, Stormhuf? The shrine holds a greater secret than the mundane members of the Horde. To us, it is sacred. The first step is to create a Sapta and bind you to the flame. I can create the Fire Sapta for you if you bring me 2 items. The first is Fire Tar, usually carried by Razormane spellcasters in Eastern Barrens. The second item will be more dangerous, a Ragent Pouch from one of the cultists of the Burning Blade. You can find them in a cave above the ravines northeast of Razor Hill. Now, Razor Hill is a town close by in Durotar. We haven't explored there yet, but it is the orc version of Bloodhoof Village as a quest hub. We work our way down the mountain and head further east towards Razor Hill. We go around Razor Hill and head north to look for this cave that Telf spoke of. We find a cave with Burning Blade thugs outside. This is probably the place. We fight our way in, and the first cultist we come across drops the Ragent Pouch. That's such a stroke of luck. That's 1 item down and 1 to go. We leave the cave, but decide to drop down into the canyon and head north to visit the capital city of the Horde, Orgrimmar. Now, something I only realized while I was approaching these gates, they look very different from how I remember them. And I don't really remember all these flags everywhere. Could this have been added in the Burning Crusade expansion? In any case, I'm loving the details. We climb the sky tower to unlock the flight path here. It will give us a shortcut back to the crossroads when we are ready to leave. But after finishing up in the capital, instead of flying back to the crossroads, we make the decision to run back to the kill bores for the fire tar, figuring that it'll be faster this way. We fight our way up the side of the river and try our hand at fishing, but with no such luck. We'll need to find some lusher waters. We make our way back west to the Razormane Killbores back in the Barrens. And similar to our cultist luck, the very first geomancer we kill drops the fire tar we need. And with both ingredients in hand, we make our way back to the Shrine of the Dormant Flame. Back up the narrow hidden path, we bring Telf the required ingredients, and with it, the fire sapta is finished. The time has come for us to face the flame. We must use the sapta at the shrine and head to the top of the mountain to face the manifestation here. He will not attack until we are ready, but he will realize that we can see him. We are instructed to strike him down swiftly, as he will only grow in power the longer we take to slay him. Once defeated, we must place his glowing embers in the brazier and light our torch for Cranel. We make short work of this minor manifestation with the help of a fellow shaman. A white-hot flame ignites within the bowl as we place the embers within. We can feel the magical effects of the sapta coursing through our body, and the fire dances rhythmically before us. We place the top of the torch within the basin, and it immediately catches fire. Looking down at the land, and with a lit torch in hand, we travel back to Cranel Fist to show him that we have completed the Call of Fire. Your spirit burns brighter than any torch I've ever seen, Stormhuf, and for that, you should be proud. If you continue down this path, the elements will be yours to command, and our brethren will look to you for guidance and wisdom. Let me be there first to congratulate you and present to you your newest totem. And with that, we get our second totem, the Fire Totem, and a spell to go with it. This Searing Totem summons a Fire Totem for 30 seconds that attacks nearby enemies for 9 to 11 fire damage. Now, given its low mana cost, this will be very useful in helping our damage output. Now, because this is a fire totem, we can now place 2 totems at a time, 1 fire and 1 earth. So again, forcing us to make some strategic decisions of which ones to drop. We head to Thork at the bottom of the guard tower, as we've been busy killing killbores. He rewards us with some experience and coin for bringing back the supplies and taking care of the threat. Now, one of Thork's scouts witnessed an attack on a caravan from Durotar. One of the killbores in particular is leading these raids, Kreenig Snarlsnout. He was seen northeast of here, just south of the road to Durotar. If the threat is truly to be ended, then Kreenig must die. I haven't said no to killing killbores yet, and I'm not about to now. We head back to Surgra the Hunter and hand over our Plain Strider beaks. She gives us another beast to hunt, Zevra, which, although are not the fiercest beasts in the Barrens, are a shade tougher than Plain Striders. She wants us to return 4 Zevra hooves. While taking a rest in the inn and admiring the size difference between a Tauren and a Blood Elf, we get struck by lightning, which reminds me that we haven't tried the Wind Riders to travel yet. We head to Devrak and let him know that we have a bundle of hides that must get to Thunderbluff. He helps us on a Wind Rider and we ride over top the Barrens back into Mulgore. We head to the bottom of the tower and meet Ahanu, the leather armor merchant. We hand him the bundle of hides and he gives us some leather goods to return to Jahan at the crossroads. After trying to fish at the small pond without any luck, we realize that we need to work on our fishing skill in an easier zone. We aren't that far from Bloodhoof village and I remember there being a lake there. Now, sometimes in World of Warcraft, it feels relaxing to not worry about questing and just exist in the world, and in this case, do some fishing. Also, the server was about to shut down, so I didn't really have time to start a quest. After our fishing holiday, we head back to Thunderbluff and take the Wind Rider back to the crossroads. After landing, we return to Jahan with Anahu's leather goods. He thanks us and says he is in our debt. But now that we're here in the crossroads, I realize that I'm level 14 and I should have visited the shaman trainer back at Thunderbluff. So back we go. This is something that can happen very easily while you're playing World of Warcraft. There's a lot of locations that you have to travel to that are quite far apart. Even with these flight paths, it could take tens of 15s of minutes to fly between destinations. And if you fly somewhere and then go somewhere else and realize you forgot something in the first place, it can be quite a hassle. But now that we're back at the trainer, we learn upgraded spells of Earth Shock, Lightning Bolt, and Stone Skin Totem. These are all stronger versions of these spells that come with increases in mana costs, and in Lightning Bolt's case, increased cast time as well. After that, we head back to the Barrens for a quick rest. We wake early the following morning with the stars still out in the sky. World of Warcraft uses a real-world clock, so in-world right now it's 3:54 a.m. We fight through the Barrens plains to the east, collecting zebra hooves on our way to Ratchet, a small port city run by goblins by the water. Now, Ratchet is unique in that it is a neutral city, so both Horde and Alliance are welcome there. There's also a boat there that can take us to the other continent, but we won't be needing that for a while. In neutral cities like Ratchet, there's a tenuous peace between the two factions. So you can, if you want, attack a player of the opposite faction, but then the neutral city guards will get really upset and then will kill you, and then you might lose reputation with them and then you'll never be allowed back in. Like, it's a whole system that's in World of Warcraft that's really neat and really immerses you into the world. We visit the Flight Master to pick up the flight path, which will make returning here a breeze. While we're here, we look around to see who else needs some help. We meet Sputtervale, who asks us to get a Soma Flange for him. The Venture Company, who we are familiar with from running into them a few times in Mulgore, have set up a small research facility to the north. They are experimenting with something called a samoflange. We don't know what that is, but we're gonna get it. He gives us the manual, which we briefly flip through, as you do with manuals. We'll figure it out on the fly. While exploring close to the docks, we bump into crane operator Bigglefuzz. He was trying to offload too much too quickly off this morning's cargo shipment and dropped a bunch. That's when he saw that menace, Mad Maglish, running off with a bottle of 99-year-old port. Chased him all the way to Wailing Caverns, but there was no way Bigglefuzz would follow him in there. Now, we don't know it yet, but Wailing Caverns is a challenging dungeon that will require 5 players to work together. Once we collect enough quests to go there, it will be quite the adventure. Foreshadowing. On the actual dock, we find Wharfmaster Dizzywig. We have to secure a crate for him from the undead chap in the crossroads. Now, being Wharfmaster at a busy port like Ratchet, Dizzywig tries to keep his fingers on the pulse of information, all about the exchange of money and goods between here and Booty Bay. He's heard news that the venture company's boulder mine to the north had a miner find an emerald the size of your fist. A few buyers are interested, and Dizzywig would like for us to get our hands on it to split the profits. In a small hut, we meet Gazlo, who has some work for us. A lot of pirates in the area have been raiding his ships and stealing his goods. He's heard that the South Sea freebooters have set up camp just south of here. They've been a thorn in his side and wants us to take care of him. And right next to the bank in Ratchet, we find this wanted poster. Wanted, Baron Longshore, Captain of the Heedless. Captain Longshore of Gilneas leads vessels of the South Sea freebooters and is wanted on charges of piracy. Remains must be identifiable condition, and it's signed by Gazlo. I'm pretty sure we can handle this. While on our way out of Ratchet, we meet Meebok Mizirix. He wants us to gather some root samples from herbs we gather. The oasis waters here alter the plants slightly, and he wants to compare them to other regions. He also wants us to gather some raptor horns. Now, he thinks that since the raptors here are so smart, as indeed apparently they steal silver from orcs, he thinks that their smarts are hiding in their horns. And if he can just grind their horns into powder and make use of it to make smart drinks, he can make a fortune. We're not too sure about that, but since we have to deal with the raptors anyways, we might as well collect some horns. We take a quick look at our map and try to decide where we want to travel to next. And we decide we want to go west of the crossroads, where we should be able to find the Forgotten Pools oasis, and hopefully some more quests to pick up. We can see the trees of the oasis from the distance, a jungle in the middle of a desert. Just outside the Forgotten Pools, next to the road, we find a mostly naked Regthar Deathgate, who has a bone to pick with centaurs. Centaurs are the natural sworn enemy of the Tauren, so we accept this task to murder them for bracers without a second thought. The centaurs have plagued the Tauren for years, and recently, the Kolkar centaurs of the Barrens have grown into a real threat. Normally, they were disorganized in these lands, but the new leaders have risen among them, rallying them. The leaders must be dealt with. Regthar wants the head of Barak Kodobane, who camps to the north of the Forgotten Pools. With pleasure. While exploring the Forgotten Pools, we collect some mushrooms and look under the water to find the source of power. We find some bubbles, so maybe this is what Tonga Rune Totem meant by finding a source of power? After finding all the bubbles and collecting all the mushrooms for our undead friend, we head back to the crossroads, knowing that we have many more centaur to kill later.
What is it?
Helbram appreciates the fungal spores we got for him. He prepares them for transport and asks us to bring them to his associate, Apothecary Zama. She resides in the Pools of Vision, a cave beneath the Shamans of Thunderbluff. He tells us to hurry as the emulsion will lose its potency over time. Now, I assumed this was just a turn of phrase, but an actual timer of 45 minutes appeared on my screen, so I guess there actually is a deadline. We cross town to meet with Segra Darkthorn and hand in our zebra hooves. She asks us if we are up for a true hunting challenge now. She wants us to hunt down prowlers who hide in the tall grass. We haven't bumped into any yet, but I'm sure tall grass will be easy to find from far away considering how barren this landscape is. We visit Tonga Rune Totem to explain what we found on the water at the Forgotten Pools. He thinks this fissure with gases bubbling from it, what we found, it must be a clue. Like the one we found in the Forgotten Pools, there may be fissures at other oases in the Barrens. If so, then perhaps these fissures are the oasis' source of life. We must test this. We are asked to take special seeds that are dead and infertile and take them to the stagnant oasis to the southeast. If there are fissures there, Tonga wants us to place the seeds within it and observe. Before doing any of that, we notice that we still have about 40 minutes to kill, and we have a lot of killboar to kill, including Kreenig Snarlsnout. So we get to work. Kreenig was hiding amongst his cronies, but was no match for Stormhuf. After letting that timer get down to the 20-minute mark, we decide to bite the bullet and travel to Thunderbluff. Here, in the Pools of Vision, we find Apothecary Zuma. She's happy we brought the spores in time. She also tasks us with finding Serpent Bloom, which can only be found in the Wailing Caverns. It's a rare specimen, and Zama thinks large quantities of the herb can have great potential. Something else to look for during our Wailing Caverns run in the future. We fly back to the crossroads and continue our quest of killing lots of killboar. Now, at this point, we only needed to kill geomancers, but none were spawning. I found this friendly orc who was having the same issue as me. We teamed up together and immediately laid waste to all the geomancers in the vicinity. After killing the last one, we said our goodbyes and went our separate ways. While heading north, we notice a tall, thin structure appear in the distance. Could this be the contraption that holds a samaflange? Upon closer inspection, we believe that this is the contraption, but we need to follow a procedure to turn it off and be able to remove the samaflange. It's a good thing we read the manual from earlier. In the Burning Crusade expansion, I feel like quest objectives have a much more noticeable glow to them in the open world. I remember trying this quest 20 years ago and I could not figure out what I had to click. Whereas now you can see the sprinkles, the little starry sprinkles fluttering everywhere. It's like really obvious. I swear I wasn't a stupid kid. I swear it was harder to find it. After turning the last knob, a bunch of Venture Company peons come out of nowhere and we are forced to book it. With a quick potion drink, we just avoid death. We fight our way back to the console, only to realize that now we need a key. We will need to get the key from Tinkerer Sniggles. Forcibly, most likely. Now we know Sniggles resides in this little hut here, but there's a dirty Alliance Night Elf waiting for him as well. After 3 minutes of waiting, which honestly felt like an eternity, Sniggles materializes before our eyes, and our sick gamer reflexes ensure that Stormhuf gets the first hit. The Night Elf runs away in shame. We both collect the key and are able to remove the Samoflange. We will need to bring this to Sputtervale back in Ratchet. There are harpies to the west of here, that Darsok Swift Dagger, that orc at the top of the guard tower in the crossroads, wanted their talons as revenge for them attacking the caravans from Durotar. After finally collecting the last talon, we decide to use our Hearthstone to get back to the crossroads instead of fighting our way out of Harpy territory. First, we visit Gazrog outside the inn to hand him some raptor heads. I still can't get over how the raptors stole silver off this guy. Speaking of, he now wants us to return the silver that was stolen from him. There are large groups of raptors spotted to the south of Ratchet, known as the Raptor Grounds. He believes that the raptors would be hiding it there. Really? We speak to Thork at the base of the guard tower, who is relieved to hear that we have Kreenig Snarlsnout's tusk, and that we have been responsible for killing lots and lots of Razormane killboars. The boars will flounder without direction from their leader, and we could take back the Barrens. We get a nice belt for our troubles. We head up the tower to hand the Harpy Talons to Darsok Swiftdagger. He's pretty happy with what we've done, but has more work for us. This time he wants us to assassinate Harpy lieutenants in the dry hills to the north. You can tell them apart by the rings that they carry, and Darsok would like us to bring him 6 rings. Make sure they die painfully, Stormhuf. We want those Harpy wretches to know the idiocy of picking fights with the Horde. And with that, we fly to Thunderbluff to learn our level 16 skills. We upgrade our Lightning Shield and Rockbiter weapon, and learn the new spell Cure Poison. But this is not the end of Stormhuf's journey. It is in fact just the beginning. We still need to uncover the mystery of the oases in the Barrens. We need to fight off our mortal enemies, the Centaur. And we need to clear out some pirates to the south of Ratchet. I would like to take a second to thank everyone for watching. If you want to continue on this journey with me, consider subscribing and leave feedback in the comments down below. I'm making this for myself and for you guys, and I want to make sure that these videos are entertaining, relaxing, and nostalgic. Walk with the Earthmother, and I'll see you in the next episode.